We have returned. What are you doing? Super Mario what?
Hey, you made it.
Finally. So how are we coming along there with our...
Hey, we're trying to complete this 24-hour challenge in definitely 24 hours. Did some dental work this morning.
What other items have we been working on
I can
lately?
show you some stuff here in a little bit. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins logo over there. I got a Susquehanna Riverhawks logo going on with some lettering, which is going to be very interesting with the lettering. Not to mention, get rid of that movie. Sorry. Not to mention the color of the caps is super duper hard to come by. Like maroon caps are not super duper widely used here at all, so we're gonna have to be creative with that one, I think.
That might have been,
We'll
you might have been
work.
flagged for excessive use of the word super duper.
Super duper. Hey, they're really hard to find.
How many of these are you busting out a week?
Man, it depends upon what it is. Like, there's some of these projects that are super intricate. I just finished up a Washington, I guess it's the Washington football team.
Football
It
club.
was their old logo, I guess. A friend of mine reached out and wanted it before he couldn't find it anymore, and he's a diehard Washington football fan. So we hooked him up a little bit and decided to help him out. So that one was intricate and fun to put together at the same time. And my dad sent me a message the other day. He said, there's a lady I know who'd be interested. Are you able to make one of those for her too? I said, oh man, Dad, you're killing me. He said, yeah, we'll make one. We'll make one. Me or you? Oh. This one's going home with you today, bud. There's your Pittsburgh Pirates piece.
The greatest cap art piece.
You might be a little biased, but I completely understand. This
I mean-
is fun to put in the Buccaneer, like the black and the white and the red.
Who else wouldn't want a cap piece for the worst team in Major League Baseball?
This one's going to somebody you know here. Another Lock Haven piece. I've done more Lock Haven pieces than Penn State pieces, at least for the record, or for the moment, rather.
Is that for Genevieve Knights?
That is, actually. It is. It is.
What is the Eagles' name?
She told me it was Talon. I didn't know that until she told me. I was excited. This is where the maroon caps are just... like, for maroon caps, that's as many as I had. I found these, the Shoots caps on eBay. And
What is that logo? I'm not really sure.
Serious? I know you're not serious. Even the blue ones here were tough to find, the powder blue, but I found
That came out
a
good.
big lot. Yeah, I was happy with that. I didn't know if they wanted to have like the little ball thing going on here, but I put it anyway because it was my artistic touch, I guess. This will be the Riverhawk piece that's gone. The paint looks awful right now, at least for the maroon, because it needs a second, probably a third coat, but I had somebody ask for just the Riverhawk head this morning too, so I'm going to probably just take this, trace it up again, make something a little smaller here, but these letters are going to be lots of fun to take care of and do there. This is going to be obviously a Chicago Bears piece here, lots of blue and orange. I'm going to put to use these Sierra Nevada caps that they sent me for free, which, shout out to Sierra Nevada, you guys are real MVP. But that's lots of bends and cuts and stuff. Again, like I said before, it'll be fun.
A little strategery involved in that one. That turned out pretty dang good.
That took a lot of work, a lot of prep. You got like 3 different colors in there. So I started with, I think, white in the back. Like the whole thing got painted white. And then I think I did the yellow next because that was easiest. Now, there's 4 colors in there. You got the brown too. The feathers look decent too. They were not easy to put together there. Lots of bending and cutting and crimping the caps down to make them a little flatter. But this one's going to South Carolina. We're shipping it. I'm excited and nervous at the same time because I'm hoping it gets there in one piece. You got a Jordan piece here. That seems to be popular. I mean, greatest player of all time, I guess. But now you'll like this one here, I think. You might like this one. Ready for this? There you go. That's the one.
Oh.
you know what that is? You should know what that
looks
is.
like a Miami Marlin
No,
M.
not Miami.
Well, Florida Marlin.
PSAC.
What?
Mansfield. That's Mansfield logo.
We never played Mansfield.
Oh, I thought you did. I'm sorry.
Well, they were on the schedule, but that was one of those midweek games.
Oh, yeah.
And I think every single year that we had them on the schedule, it got canceled due to
That's
snow.
no good. That's no good. Wax paper, my friend, is my friend. So we got that traced out there. We'll tape that down. We'll cut the white parts of it out.
Nice.
I'll paint the whole thing blue first after I cut it out. And then this will go on top. Cut out with a little quick, cheapo Harbor Freight, like 88-cent fiber knife. And that one will be easy to prep. It's just a matter of cutting and pulling and painting again. But this one's becoming popular now, so it may overtake the Lock Haven Talon pieces. We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, what's the tally? I know the Raiders are up there somehow.
Raiders was 5. I think Lock Haven is 5. And now we did 1 Penn State. I think there's 3 more upstairs on my list to do. So they're coming. They're going to be popular. Come Christmas time, you got Christmas orders. Get them in soon. On 1 foot. Little squats. There you go. You can do it with me. All right, that's enough. Thanks. Good practice. There's your sunflowers. Oops, sorry. We don't just do logos. We do pretty flowers too.
If you can send a picture, he can bottle cap art it.
Within reason, of course. Don't make it too
Nope,
much.
no reason. He'll do it all.
I got an order of my caps today. They're Northern Brewer caps, so that helped out doing that. So it worked out pretty well. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that turned out awesome.
Yeah, I mean, for what it is, it's not much, but yeah, people like what they like, so I'm happy to make it, or at least attempt to make it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. What's in the box, you ask?
What is in the box?
So again, it's not just caps. This whole thing started off with epoxy. I can't lift it up for you. I can slide it over because the epoxy is still curing, but we got some seashells.
Appears to be seashells and an F.
So one of my coworkers was visiting a beach and decided to bring back some sand and a bunch of seashells. So we Mod Podged the sand, like, you know, fancy glue, I guess, or craft glue. And yeah, just put the sand on top, and it just kind of shook it in, shook it out, and I had to use silicone for the bottom of the shells too, because any little bit of anything that the epoxy can get into, really, it'll find it, and it'll just bubble like crazy. So I'm gonna cover that back up to keep the dust and the hair and the whatever's floating around here in this house out of there.
I'm interested in what that might be.
This?
Nope.
That?
Yep.
That's dogfish head right there.
Pumpkin ale.
I got 4 caps out of that. Well, this is, like I said, where it all started with the letters and epoxy and caps. This one's heading up to my one of my old fraternity brothers up in Williamsport. He's a new trail guy, so he said, I want some caps, you know, what can you do? So you look in the background here, you can see different new trail can label art. We peeled those off the cans as we do sometimes. And like I said, I didn't realize this, but it actually seals the back of it there, so there's less bubbling for the epoxy. So you learn something new every day.
You knew it, but you didn't know it.
Knew it, but I didn't know it. He wanted these 3 highlighted too. You got one from Heavy Seas, one from Harpoon, because his last name starts with H, so that makes sense. And Flying Dog. These 2 here on the outside, that's why I flared them out as opposed to flaring them in. He lived in the Baltimore area, the Maryland area for a while, not necessarily Baltimore, but those were really close to where he lived, so he wanted those 2 for sure. So we have a plethora of caps here at the Moore household, so we were able to make that happen. But I haven't made one of these in a very long time, but I got to break out the miter saw for a little bit, and a little stain action here too. So we're going to get this up to him after we finish up the back. The back's unfinished right now. We're going to make that black to make it look a little better. We'll put 2 sawtooth hangers on there so he can display this wherever he wants. He can sit it up if he wants. Caps over here. You can set it up on a nice level surface, and you know, you can use it as a piece like that, or you can hang it from a wall. So you got options for sure. Nice. Yep. Good stuff, man.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Here, give the people what they want to see.
Huh?
Give the people what they want to see.
The last time you get this, you ready for it?
Yeah.
What's this called? What's it called?
Pelican.
It's my good. That's all you get.
That's it?
That's enough. We're retiring it. That's it.
Fair enough.
That's enough.
We'll end on that. We'll be back.
Looking forward to it.